You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Truly Unruly. My name is Kel. That is the lovely Jessica Trufant, and the gentleman right there is 2007 Marcus Trufant. Trufant, how you guys doing?
I'm doing all right, brother. How
That's
you doing?
more like 2003.
Was that 03?
Split it in the middle, 2005-ish. Yeah. I was still growing out to hang time in 2003. Didn't quite have it.
That's when I met you.
Yeah, well, late 2003 then.
Okay.
And your memory's pretty good. Yeah. I'm surprised.
Whatever.
Anywho, you guys, we got a really interesting email from a wife who is very concerned about her marriage.
We're the wrong people to ask.
I know, right?
You're the perfect
to express your concerns.
So this lady says, my husband wants more intimacy and I can't force it. So my husband and I have been married for 5 years, together for 11 years. They have 2 small kids, 3 and 5. They both work full-time jobs that they both love, but they absolutely get no help from their family. And it's been pretty bad between them as of late. And they've actually sat down and they've talked about these things and tried to address them. And she feels like her husband has took it to heart. So what he's done is he started doing more things to help around the house and with the kids. She says that she's exhausted all the time, and she has to admit that she does not feel like actively working on the marriage after doing everything else. She says she just wants to be alone for a bit and have some me time once the kids are asleep. The husband has said that he's told her that he doesn't feel appreciated and that they don't get any time for intimacy, and they're not just talking sex. She says she feels like it's being forced all the time, and it makes her feel like she wants to be intimate even less. She feels like the attraction is all gone, and she doesn't know what to do. She says, should I force myself and hope this gets better over time? Has anyone been through something like this and come out in one piece? I'm having doubts if our marriage can be saved at all.
Damn.
That's a lot.
That is. That's
process.
Tough.
Kel, why you read that all in one? You know I can only hear one point at a time and respond to one point at a time.
Well, I can break it down. So the first part is they've been married for 5 years. They've been together for 11. They have 2 kids. They both work full-time jobs. They've talked about the fact that they haven't had enough time to spend with each other. And so what the husband has done is to try to take more off of the wife's plate, is that he's helping more around the house and with the kids.
All right, stop right there, because you're getting long-winded again. First of all, being married for 11 years, enough said. That is
been together for 11, married for
5, but been together for 11 years. Sometimes there's phases in intimacy where it tapers off. Second of all, they have 2 kids, enough said. Third, they both work, enough said. Fourth, it's kind of, which you said it's not just physical intimacy, but it's sounding like she's talking about the physical side, and maybe he's talking more about the mental and the physical side. And what was I on, 4 or 5? And 5, as soon as you say you are no longer attracted to your spouse, I know some people like that. Didn't end well. Okay.
Yeah. You had 5 things, so I'll just kind of.
I mean, you don't have to have 5.
Right. But I don't know. Nobody really, there's no excuse as far as I'm concerned. If you want to be with somebody and you're in this marriage, all that stuff sounds good, right? I'm this and I'm that. I'm tired. I'm working the kids. Yeah, it is tough. A relationship is tough. A marriage is tough, but there is no excuse. If you are breaking it down and you're saying you're no longer attracted, I feel like that's a whole different thing. You're off in another stratosphere. But if you're in the marriage, you're in the relationship, and you want to be a part of this thing, you can get your me time, chill out for some time. You go to your secret hideout in the house or whatever you do, but it just sounds like it's a lot of excuses to me. maybe that's just me, but from what you read, Kel, it sounds like excuses. If you don't want to be with the dude no more, just come out and say that. Don't put all this other shit into it and be like, okay, now I'm not attracted to him because I'm tired, I'm broke down and all this kind of stuff.
No, that's not why she's not attracted to him.
What is it then?
She's just not attracted to him.
Okay, well, that has nothing to do with everything else, the kids and the work and all that kind of stuff, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Every point, though, to say it's an excuse is being very insensitive. Every point she has is very valid. And I know as a mother, as a stay-at-home mother, I went through a phase where I went through the same thing. I just didn't feel like it. I'm tired. I don't want to. I am at my mental capacity by the end of the day with young children and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm sorry. Here we go. Guys come in a lot of the time. Yeah, he's picking up the slack. Or trying to pick up the slack, trying to help, but it might be too little, too late, number one. And guys, you guys come in and I don't know. You guys just don't get tired. I have no idea what it is. When it comes to that, you guys don't go, oh my God, I just need some me time and I'm just so exhausted.
That's not true. That is not true. That's not true.
Well, you know what?
Why do you think guys go golfing all the damn time? Why do you think there's guys'
come
nights?
Home and want to jump?
We're not even talking about sex,
well,
so I don't think we are.
You know what? I bet you she's talking more about that than having intimate. She don't even like the dude.
She said that he picked up the slack. He's cleaning up more. He's taking care of the kids more. He's doing all this stuff. And she said it's not even about the physical. So that's my thing. And that's why
But she says she doesn't even feel like it. So that implies that it is not the mental intimacy or the one-on-one talking. She's talking about she don't even want to see him.
She
in that,
just wants
in that
to be
capacity.
alone.
She's like,
needs some space, and I get that. But what I'm saying, as far as it being an excuse, is that are you going to end your marriage because of that? Because things are hard? Because there's things going on?
He might.
He's picked up the slack and he's doing his job.
Right, but if it continues like this and she's still going, hopefully he picks up on the hints.
Or you give her enough space and space becomes a freeway.
What is it? Absence, distance makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe that's it.
I've never heard that.
Yes, you have.
Never.
Yes, you have. It's such a cliche phrase, but it's true though.
Space is good sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with saying I need a little bit of space. This is too much for me right now, right? And just taking a little break. But it just seemed like this lady is
it's the end for me. I'm not even attracted to him anymore. Done. It's the end for me. That, okay.
Or maybe she's done for a period of time, right? And maybe that has to be okay too.
Well, if this man is already picking up the slack and she's still, because sometimes that's attractive to see a man step in to more of a, like a mom role. I don't know. And do all of that kind of stuff.
Just doing extra. Yeah.
Just doing extra. And it's and he's giving her that time to possibly be alone while he's picking up the slack for the kids. And sometimes that makes you like more attractive. And if that ain't doing it, if none of this is doing it.
I think this is strange because like for her to say that, I admit, I don't feel like actively working on the marriage. Like that's an excuse to me.
She's checked out.
Yeah, that's.
Or she's checked in to somebody else.
Yeah, Marcus. If let's say as dudes, if we were to say that, if we were like, you know what, I just don't feel like work. I can complain because I don't like it, but I just don't feel like working on it. We'd be looked at as assholes and dogs and pieces of shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Where's the communication?
She's no better for that. I don't think that's right.
Why I said it's an excuse.
I don't feel like working on the marriage.
Yeah, that's scandalous.
It's not an excuse. Those are facts.
I know, but
she's done.
The other stuff around it, she kind of dressed it up as if, okay, I just need a break.
You're right.
I'm the wife that's broke down. I'm doing everything, and that is a valid point. I get that, but then she messed up when she says, I don't even feel like working on things after that. That to me,
she set it up. Flag. She was icing the layers and then she put the cherry on top at the end.
She set the table. Yeah, she set the table.
So
it makes me I don't feel sorry for her at all.
Neither do I.
It's like, Yeah, you don't even actively want to try, and your dude is trying because you're so checked out because you're just so tired of life and blah 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 blah. Like,
Man, let her
look,
have the
Kel.
space. Hey, give her
fuck
some
that.
space.
We
Give her some
all got
space. Yeah.
kids. We all got kids. We've all been married actually for a substantial amount of time. Welcome to life. This is your life. Like, this is what you signed up for. And so now you don't feel like it because you're just, I don't want to do it anymore because it's too hard. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you don't even deserve your husband at that point.
But I will
you don't
say,
deserve a nigga at that
You're
point.
right.
there is stuff out there, though, when we start talking about mental health and we don't know what's going on maybe at this lady's job or just where she's at mentally. It could be stuff. It could be stuff. So we do have to.
I think he's trying to help her out. I really think he is. And it's just, I don't know. It's laziness within the marriage. Like, she doesn't feel like working on it. Well, does she want to work on it at all at some point? Like, if she doesn't feel like working on it currently in the past couple of months because she's very overwhelmed, because you're right. Mental health is a huge part of it. Kel, you said that's life, but everybody handles life differently and everybody deals with stress differently. And maybe she is really struggling. But to bring it back, she doesn't want to work on it and she doesn't think he's cute.
Jess, I have a question. Because as a guy, I don't know this, and you're a woman, and so you probably know this or have talked to other women that have like been through this. Do women go through postpartum 3 years? Can they still be going through postpartum 3 years after having a baby? Because she said that their youngest is 3 years old. I don't know how long postpartum lasts, if it varies for different women, but do you think maybe she might be still like dealing with maybe some postpartum vibes?
I think that is really possible. Some unaddressed postpartum. I do, because like, if you're depressed, that shit just doesn't suddenly go away, right? You can carry on like normal. You can mask it. You can do things. And you have a good point, Kel. Maybe it's manifesting and her really not wanting to work on the marriage. But again, saying he's not cute is that's a red flag still.
I don't think she said he wasn't cute though.
She said she's not attracted to him.
That really doesn't mean he's not cute. That just means she's not into it. She's not attracted to him. She doesn't want to work on it. She's not feeling that urge or that itch, right? So I guess it is saying that. Well, yeah, she's just not attracted to him at the moment. When you say I'm not
an attractive person, is you think of looks, maybe personality sometimes, but I took it as
just energy too. She's just not into it,
right? And like I told you, I know some people that were not attracted to their dude anymore, and they are now divorced. So I don't know how you get that attraction back. But back to your point, it very well could be postpartum, and maybe she needs to talk to somebody about it. We always keep saying that, but for real, just go talk to somebody, and maybe it'll help her sort things out and really come to the conclusion, I really don't like this dude.
How easy is it to talk to somebody? Like, is it really?
I mean, I've been in therapy, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not very forthright with information.
But I'm saying, even to find somebody, if you don't really know and it's your first time at it, is it just as easy as going, I guess, to Google or whatever and figuring out?
No, because you really have to have a therapist that works with you, works your guys' personalities, work together, a therapist that actually knows what they're doing.
How about the cost of it?
Some of it is covered.
By
Sometimes
insurance?
it's covered by insurance, especially I think if you're like postpartum and the doctor's in on it and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure a certain amount of sessions are covered, but I don't know. And, she might not even realize that she is depressed. So we just took it to a whole nother level. And so now you have to feel sorry for her because potentially.
I'm just saying that you never know, right? Because it could come out if she circles back with the show, or we follow up with her, because we're a thorough show and we want to make sure that our listeners are doing well. that it might come out that she might have some mental health issues. But
Right. We might
right
have-
now, we just trying to figure it out. We're trying to save the relationship. So we don't want to give her excuses. And we are riding for the dude that's doing extra currently, trying to save this marriage, trying to keep things together.
I appreciate that. I appreciate, because, you know, some men are like, I don't give a fuck. Do your job. It is your job to take care of the kids. It's your job to do all this. It's your job to do all that. And so it really is attractive to see a man step up and to help his wife out. So that's unfortunate.
I mean,
I don't know.
There's therapy directories to, you know, if you want to find a therapist. I mean, that's how I found my therapist I used to have in Seattle. I mean, granted, you got to go through and kind of find one that fits you. Like, you know, I wanted a black therapist, obviously, someone that I could relate to. But at the same time, I didn't want a black therapist that was all about just Jesus and stuff, because they have those kinds. So I had to like kind of like sift through and find someone that's kind of more like my speed. And I ended up finding one, and it was fine. So I mean, there's resources to find therapists and, you know, for that shit. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't feel sorry for this woman. Like, I just feel like if this was a dude, like, he would be getting just talked down to so bad. You know,
we're talking down about her. We're not negating the fact that she literally spit off all this shit.
He'd be going so hard right now, Jess. If this was a dude,
I usually
he'd be going for his neck.
I usually ride with the double standard too, but I don't know.
She needs to be prepared to pack her shit and go, because once the attraction is gone, you might as well go.
And the dude's got to feel it too, because it's like an energy thing. If your girl is not right in the relationship, most or sometimes you can feel that energy, right? So
sometimes I feel bad for the guy. I really do. Especially since he's been stepping up his game, and she's still like, well, that's not good enough. Still not attracted to you. Still don't want to be intimate with you. Want to be by myself. Those are like all the red flags that you can put up in a relationship. And
mental
it
health
actually
and
sounds
depression,
like
though, is what I hear.
Something a dude would do. So, does
double standard one more time. Huh?
So,
I mean, he has to know something. I mean, it sounds like he's having dead fish sex with his wife. Like, that has to
or
be
no
just
sex.
It sounds like he's having none.
Lame. Or none. Ooh. So maybe he's getting it somewhere else.
Or maybe he's not, and he's just unhappy. He's trying to be a good dude. She said in the email, this dude is doing his thing. He's picked it up. So she's taking the blame. So now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not going to go as hard, because she's taking the blame. She's saying he's doing his thing. I'm just not right.
There's really nothing to really read into, because she pretty much spelled it out.
Yeah, she's just having issues, and she's saying that. So maybe she's crying out for help.
What do you do? Like, does she get piped by somebody else, and it just makes she feels better, and she gets her groove back and it goes away?
She could. She easily could.
Well, that would be the test.
It would have nothing to do with the dude, I don't think. So that would be my words of wisdom to him. She's struggling. She's going through whatever she's going through. She steps out and blah, blah, blah. It's not on him. He did his thing. He stepped up. He helped the kids. All that kind of stuff. He did everything he could. If she does that, hey, it's on her, and she is gonna have to live with that. She's gonna have to eat that, and it's gonna come back on her.
Right, because he very well may get tired of it. And you know, he leaves or does something else, as our conversation where you can't force a guy to cheat. But
you can set the table.
You can definitely
greens, peas, potatoes.
You can set the table. You can plant the seeds, but again, it's a choice. But if she is not giving him not even any like one-on-one intimacy, not physical, but just like that, that's your relationship is in the toilet.
It's just kind of sad, because it's like, this man's trying, and she says, you know, I don't want to even try. I just want to be left alone and just be by myself. That sounds like some type of depression. Like,
that can be okay though, like for a season or for a time, because people go through stuff, right? To be like, I just want to be alone. I need some time. I need some Not that I need freedom, but I just need some space. I'm tripping out right now. I'm struggling.
Okay, let's talk about this. We literally, because it's a woman, we literally turned this around to postpartum depression. And now, because she's saying these things, she's depressed. And Kel, to your point, if it was a dude saying, I want to be by myself, I want space, I'm not attracted to her, that would signal to all of us, he wants out. So it very well could be that,
So
but
coddling
it
the
very
lady, is
well
what you're saying?
could be she just is, she's done.
Yeah. I'm usually the guy that's the glass half full, so I'm trying to find that.
Where does that get you? You've got to be a glass half empty sometimes. I swear to God.
You don't.
I'm hella good at that.
Nah.
I call a spade a spade. Anyways,
That has nothing to do with being glass half.
well, your glass half full is like,
empty.
no, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Me, I'm like, nah, fuck that. That sucks. They suck.
Yeah.
That shit sucks. Anyways, yeah.
What does she tell her kids? Yeah, I just got sick and tired of your dad. I got bored and I just wanted to be by myself. So I left your dad. And,
Yeah.
you know.
I just wasn't, be honest, I just wasn't feeling him anymore.
I fell
and I
out
have a
of
right
love.
to be happy.
I fell out of love. That's
I have
the
a
thing,
right to be happy. And so we're still great parents, whatever, great co-parents, whatever.
Your dad is still an awesome guy. He does all the right things, and he really tried to say this thing, but it was me. It really just didn't work.
That's what you would love to say if we were in this situation. You would love to be the hero.
I am the hero, actually.
And you know what's funny about this situation is
I'm not?
it's the moment when, well, I want to do me. I want to be by myself. I want to step away. All right, cool. And then the husband goes and gets a new woman, new family, new success. Life is great. And she's still out here trying to fucking play the dating pool, single, by herself, living in a fucking studio apartment. And it's
That's
like,
the way it goes.
He's over here with his new family, living this great life. That was supposed to be your life, and could have been your life, but you were so caught up in your head, and you didn't want to try because you didn't feel like it, and now you feel like the world is closing in on you.
How do you know she'd be living in an apartment? You don't know her pockets. First of all, you don't know her pockets.
All I'm saying is it gets worse in these.
It just gets worse. That's what I'm saying. It gets worse.
Or it could get better. He moves on, and they already have a family. They've already done that whole thing, right? So he moves on. He finds somebody, and she moves on, and she finds somebody that's attractive.
But here's the thing, and this is some cold shit. And I don't even like saying this, but in the world we live in now, there ain't too many men that are out here that are looking for fucking single moms to date.
You know what?
I am keeping it real. Like I don't even want to believe in that. But like when I talk to people that are in the dating world and men that I know that are dating and they've been married and they've, whatever, like, a lot of motherfuckers, they're not looking for that. They're not trying to sit here and date single moms because they know if they're going to date a single mom that they're not going to come first because that woman has kids to take care of. So he knows that he's going to come after the kids and after the dog. You see what I'm saying? Shit. So it's like, work on what it is the fuck that you got now instead of trying to sit here and look for something else. Water, well, we say it all the time, right? The grass ain't always greener. Water what it is that you have.
Right. At a particular age, though.
First of all, I mean,
at a particular age, though, everybody got kids. Even the single men.
That's what I was going to say.
That are looking at these single women.
How old of people are you dealing with, Kel?
But sometimes,
but that's the thing, though. 9 out of 10, though, when we talk about a single mom, when parents are divorced, who usually has the full custody of the kids? Who's usually the weekend parent? This is America we're talking about here.
Pops.
Right. But that if you really like somebody, that shouldn't deter you from dating somebody, especially if you see a beautiful woman and you talk to her and you just have that instant attraction, love her personality, and she says, I am 41 and a single mom. Never mind.
I already have my
I
own
was gonna
kids.
say,
Why
and
do
a
I want
single mom of 5.
what I'm saying though is like
Fine, we'd be
if I'm a single dad, right? And I don't have obviously like I see my kids maybe every other week if that was the case or on the weekend or whatever, right? I'm not gonna sit here with 2 kids already and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna inherit somebody else's kids now too. And so now all of a sudden I got 4 kids. You
It
see what
might
I'm
keep you
saying?
at a
Like
distance. And you still
It
might get
works for
involved,
the
but it might
Brady
keep
Bunch.
dudes aren't looking for Jess. Dudes aren't looking for that. Like dudes aren't looking to let me see
I
whose
would
other
agree with
kids
that.
I
In
can
most
inherit.
situations, they're not, but
They're not, but there are those perfect
glass half
situations
full,
where
right? Glass half full, the perfect situation.
be quiet.
It could work.
Where it works and it makes sense. And I think, I don't know, you're right. It is a different time right now, but what dude, especially what dude walks around and goes, "Oh, you've got kids, don't want to be a part of
A
their
lot of them.
lives."
A lot of
them.
them.
I mean, a lot of them, but once you get older,
That's true.
and it depends on the ages of the kids. You know, we're getting into teenagers, young adults and stuff. I don't know.
Right. It makes it tough. But to bring it back to this lady and how she's acting and what she's doing, Kale, it kind of made me think of it when you said that afterwards the girl could be living in the studio and she's unhappy and all this kind of stuff. She might have been not being herself with the guy. Just, okay, I'm going to try this marriage thing. I think this is what I want to do, right?
For 16 years?
However long it takes though, right? And then she's like, okay, finally, I can't really take this. This ain't the real me. I really want to be out here. I'm really of the street, but
What?
I've been playing marriage. I've been playing relationship. Now I'm at my wit's end and I got to let my true colors out.
She's really of the streets? Like, what are you talking about? A lady of the night? Like, what the
Pretty much.
fuck?
Pretty much.
And Jess, I don't think they've been together for 16 years. I think they've just been together for a total of 11. So I think what it is that they were dating for 6 and been married for 5.
Okay. That,
So it's a total.
I mean,
of
that's still a
11,
long
yeah.
ass time though. So
Still a long time. Yeah.
it is still a long time to be with somebody you're not attracted to. Just kidding. I don't know. It's a tough one. I can't say that I can't say that she hasn't been herself for 11 years. I'm sure she's shown herself quite a few times, and I'm not sure if she's a lady of the streets.
She needs her space.
She just wants to get the fuck out.
She needs some alone time. She
can have all the
she
alone
don't wanna
time
deal with
she
nobody.
wants when he has their kids on the weekend.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. And we have to remember these kids are young kids. Now, like you said earlier, now if this was someone that had some grown ass kids, then yeah, fine. But these are elementary preschool kids.
She got a long road.
So it's like, I'm not about to sit here and start taking on somebody else's fucking kids, and I've already raised my own kids. Like,
Well, then you're a piece of shit.
No, I'm not.
As
You
far
talking
as
about if you're the new guy?
On.
I guess is that what we're talking about? If the new guy comes in,
it's so selfish. It's
No,
so
it's not. It's
yes,
not the
it
new
is.
guy's job. If the new guy doesn't want to take that on, he does not have to
that's
take that
his
on.
standards.
Right,
that's the guy's
but I
standards.
guess at a certain age, I guess you just might be alone for a duration, for a period of time, because a lot of people in their 30s, and especially now that people are having babies later, in their 40s have little fucking kids, little kindergartners.
Yeah.
So I guess you're just going to be by yourself.
But people are having less and less kids too, and having kids older. And then you have the thing too, where you have dudes now that are just dating younger.
Yeah. And you find somebody that's half your age that don't got kids. That's the thing too, huh?
That's having fun. That's full of energy. That's
gross.
not bored.
Guys do it.
I know.
There's a lot of guys that do that. They'll go
That's
get them a
like-
25, 26-year-old.
I feel like that's a dad figure, and a girl that dates somebody 20, 30 years older than them definitely has some deep rooted issues.
Maybe.
I'm sorry.
Maybe,
I think
maybe,
that's
or
so
it's one of those
strange.
things where it's like, I want someone that has the energy that can keep up with me, that's fun, that ain't complaining, that just wants to have a good time. And that's all I'm looking for. And that's all I'm trying to do too. And we
From the
have fun
dude's
together.
perspective, is
So
that
like a Hugh Hefner type.
No, not a Hugh Hefner type, but just like, I don't have to sit here and listen to someone that's complaining about, well, I don't want to do this. I don't want to work on a relationship, even though I'm trying to work on this and you're choosing not to. I'm going to go be with the fun person because you're not fun anymore.
Okay. With a young rabbit. I get it. I
You know what I'm
absolutely
saying?
get it.
Like,
it could be
I mean,
conversation
it
too? And you say
sucks.
rabbit as in
A young humper.
yeah.
A young
I mean, it could just be the energy too. If you're all in your shit all the time and you're down in the dumps, you're in the tank, that could be tough.
Right. You know what? To each its own. But there are
Very
certain
true.
cases where it's very weird. And it's like you have to father a 20-year-old. Because remember, we are not fully mentally developed until we're like 25 years old, close to 30. So if you're dating a girl that's like 20, 21,
You got to deal with that
how many
side of
times
the BS
you're going to have
too.
to hold her hair?
Yeah, you do have to deal with that side of it. That comes with it too.
You do.
Yeah, the
That
immaturity.
comes with it.
Right. I'm
But
like,
the trade-off though is like, the trade-off is,
Fun.
well, at least, well, the thing is that
The
the
rabbit.
trade-off is, yeah, this chick is young, but at the same time, since I'm older and I have more life experience, I could put her on the game
I
because
can
she
mold
actually
her. I can
listens to me.
shape her.
I can mold her.
create
you
her
mean you
into
can
what?
ruin her life
That
is
too.
what
No.
you're saying.
That too,
No.
but you can shape her into
No.
what you want.
Yeah, I could shape her into what I wanted my ex to be, but my ex wasn't trying to do that because she was too busy complaining all the time about how she didn't want to work on nothing. And I got this young chick that want to listen, and I could put her on the game and help put her 5 steps ahead of the game.
Okay, you put her 5 steps ahead of the game. And then fast forward maybe 20 years. I don't know if we talked about this on this episode. You're going to be the one that allows her to go fuck other people because you can't do it anymore. So
Hey, that's a whole
To
another
each
thing.
his
Now
own.
yeah,
Right.
that's
each
the
his own.
risk
If
you
you're in-
take when you're with the
if
young
you're
girl.
into that, you're into that. But that's the thing, though. By the time you get to that point, hell, you probably done traded off and got on with the next one. So
Or you got her mind
no.
and she ain't going
No,
nowhere.
she's playing the
Yeah,
game
It's
too.
usually, well,
And she, especially if you have some coins, she's going to play the game
that's true.
until you croak. And then
Hey.
she's still in her prime.
and guess what? And that's the fucked up and beautiful part about money.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark.
It is.
This is a good episode, though, y'all. I don't even know if we've even like. Do we have any like closing words for this woman? Like, go see a therapist or just get off the pot, obviously, because you're not gonna shit. What do we tell this woman?
Right. I'm tired of saying go and see a therapist. And so my thing is get the fuck out of there. If you don't want to be there, go. Go be by yourself. And as a matter of fact, you can leave the kids with him too. Get out of there.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
that
talk
wasn't
to the
best advice.
guy, I guess. I'm not even gonna talk to the lady because she's kind of doing her.
Oh God,
thing.
he
I'll
gets
talk to the
so
guy.
sensitive.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to the guy, talk to the gentleman that's doing this thing. He's taking care of business. It's not even about her, actually. If the man is doing this thing, and if you want to, if you see something there, you still see a spark, and you supposed to pick your lady up, right? It's supposed to be teamwork. She's down in the dump, she's not doing a thing. You can reach down, reach back, and continue to try. Go as long as you can go. But when you've met your end, or you've given it everything that you can give, feel comfortable, feel good about cutting the cord and just saying, I can no longer take it.
At what cost?
He's done all he can do. Yeah, it has to be a two-way thing. A relationship takes two people. So,
Oh man, see, has a full thing of salsa.
those are my closing words.
That's where like snapped comes in, and I killed my partner type shit. When you've done all you can, and she's still like, sorry, it's over.
It's good.
What?
Shit. Truly unruly,
That's
y'all.
awesome.
Marcus Trufant, Jessica Trufant. Remember, follow these guys on social media. Marcus_Trufant, Jessica_Trufant, and follow our page, Truly Unruly _podcast on Instagram and TikTok. And you can follow us now on Threads. Also, you can catch us every Sunday on Converge and listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform. And please remember to like, subscribe, leave a review because that helps us out a lot. And you can catch the visual on YouTube. Word. All right, y'all. Boom, boom. Till next time. Peace and much love.